Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Town Hall, Film and Media. I'm Lisa Gold. I'm the A4 Executive Director. Really happy to be with you tonight. I want to thank our hosts at ICP, Passanet, Richard, Marley, Jacques, and everybody else here for hosting us. Passanet, do you want to say a few words about ICP?
Hi, welcome to ICP. We have Yves Saint Roland's and photography exhibition right now, and also Photobook USA. So the exhibition will be closed when we conclude the program already. So please feel free to come back anytime. Very, very welcome you back. Thank you.
All right. All right. Who's been to a town hall before? Raise your hand. Okay. Not everybody, but half. Okay, so those of you who have been, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I have to do this myself, right? Oh, apologies. Okay, so those of you who are familiar with A4 know that we are dedicated to ensuring greater representation, equity, and opportunity for AAPI artists and cultural organizations. And we do that through resource sharing, promotion, and community building. And Town Hall is a bi-monthly program that helps us achieve that goal by creating a supportive community for artists and organizations like you all. So for those of you who have not been to a town hall before, this is how tonight is going to go. We're going to have two featured presenters, and then we'll have two separate groups of short pitches, which are 2 minutes each in length. I am going to sound an alarm at the end of 2 minutes. I'm going to ask that anybody who's pre-registered for a 2-minute pitch, please adhere to the 2-minute time limit. We have a full slate of presenters tonight, and we have to clear out a little bit earlier than usual. We have to leave the building at 8:30. So after the first presentation, I'm going to call the names of everybody who's giving a 2-minute pitch, and your name is also going to appear in order on the slideshow. So pay attention to the order in which you're going. If you are doing slides, you will have control, or you can give it to me, but it's probably better if you do it. You can watch your slide presentation in the monitor here. You advance it with the button in the middle, bottom button is back. And please speak into the mic because we are recording tonight and we want to make sure everybody can hear. So please be ready to go when your name is called. And then, after everybody goes, we'll repeat this after the second group of second featured presenter. And then after everybody who's given a pre-registered 2-minute pitch has gone, I'll ask anybody who wants to give a 30-second pitch to put your name on that Post-it there. It's on the pillar on the white thing between the bookshelves. So there's a big Post-it note there. Just write your name and your Instagram handle or your website, and then we'll go in that order. You just put your name up there and then line up here, and I'll just shuffle you through. So you'll pitch and then introduce yourself, talk about your work, whatever. You got 30 seconds, do whatever you want. And then afterwards, we're going to go downstairs to the cafe to enjoy our potluck. But again, we have to leave at 8:30. So if you want to continue the conversation, we are going to suggest that you go down the street to the Emma Peel room, which is just when you go out the door to the left, make an immediate right on Broome. It's a block and a half on the right. We're going to bring our dumplings there. We're ordering dumplings, so come meet us there. It'll be fun. And we'll bring whatever is left over from the potluck. We'll schlep that over there too. Let's see, what else? Community safety statement, just a reminder, everybody sign this, be nice. A few more protocols and announcement before we start. Like I said, we are recording and we're going to post it on our YouTube channel so you can relive the magic. Remember to silence your phones. If you need a restroom, you just go out the glass doors and then it's right there on your right. If you need Wi-Fi, there is a public, ICP public Wi-Fi. There's no password. And then also, we're going to share the slideshow with you tonight. So anybody who registered via email, you will get the slides tomorrow so you don't have to frantically take photos or screenshot or whatever. But you can if you want. A couple of upcoming events for A4. So on Thursday, September 3rd, we are co-presenting a concert in Bryant Park with Ashni and Grace Kelly. They're just amazing AAPI musicians. It's free, so just come. You don't even have to RSVP. Also, we have our annual fundraiser October 5th, and it is at Chinese Tuxedo, and actually it's almost sold out, but we're going to have an amazing after party starting at 9 o'clock underneath at Opera House. So if you're interested in party tickets, you can check that out. It's also on our website. Please check out The AMP, which is our online magazine. We'll have copies. Actually, we don't have any copies tonight. I'm sorry, I lied. But we will have copies at the next event. And you can check it out online. And we usually have them at You and Me Books and places like that. And then finally, just a reminder to share your work with us. You can post it on our community calendar. It's free. Just click on the login tab, create a login, and then post it. That's how we end up selecting items for our biweekly newsletter using the calendar. We also have an opportunities page, which a lot of people use. It has great information, grants, jobs, fellowships like this one for film and video artists. So sign up for our newsletter if you don't want to miss it, or just check out our website. Okay, finally, I need to thank our supporters who make these events possible and free. So it's the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs in partnership with the New York City Council, the New York State Council on the Arts with the support of Governor Kathy Hochul and the New York State Legislature, Howard Gilman Foundation, the Ford Foundation, CJ Huang Foundation, the Ho Family Foundation, and many, many generous individuals just like you all. So thank you for that. And thank you also to the amazing A4 team here tonight. We've got our new programs manager, Li Ching. Say hi, Li Ching Ju. Okay. Downstairs is Danielle Wu, who you met when you checked in. Sarah's here too. There's Sarah, our development manager. And we have both of our interns here tonight, Nabiha Azad and Hannah Dimit. And our new V Luang is our new New York City Service Corps fellow. So full house here tonight. Okay, now I am excited to introduce our first featured presenter, Settanant Thanakitkoses. And Settanant is the co-producer of The Last Breath of Sam Yan and is an activist for social justice and academic freedom, currently a master's student in philosophy at Columbia University. Settanant, are you ready? Here you go. And you can have that.
I'm a little bit like nervous. This is like my first. Okay. Is it clearly audible? Oh, okay. So, um, first I would like to thank Asian American Arts Alliance for having me today. And hi everyone. My name is Settanant Thanakitkoses, or you can call me Nan. Um, okay. This is my contact. And I'm a co-producer of anti-gentrification documentary, The Last Breath of Sam Yan. The film's other producer is Nativit Chotipat Paisan. He had planned to be here with us today, but unfortunately, he could not make it. Nativit is the first Thai conscientious objector to publicly refuse military conscription, and because of this, he is facing a legal charge and had to appear in court on July 20, so he cannot be here. Before I'm talking about the documentary itself, I would like to give you some background on where we come from and how we become filmmakers. We are not professional filmmakers by any means. In fact, we were activists, student activists at Chulalongkorn University. We were especially active during the major pro-democracy protests in Thailand in 2020. Our work focused on both national and international issues. In Thailand, we campaign against military-backed government and advocate for freedom of expression and others' democratic rights. We also spoke out about international issues, including Russian war against Ukraine, the conflict in Burma, and authoritarianism across Southeast Asia. However, while working on these large political issues, we gradually realized that we had overlooked a form of local injustice that happening very close to us in the community surrounding our own university. This is my university. Chulalongkorn University is it is the oldest university in Thailand, and it owns a large amount of land in one of the most valuable area in Bangkok. Education is only one side of university. The other side is its role as property developer seeking to maximize profits. Over years, nearby community have faced eviction to make way for shopping malls, condominiums, and other commercial developments, often carried out in the name of education. A large part of university lands was historically home to the Samyan community. Many people in community are ethnic Chinese whose family settled in this area before the university was founded. When King Rama VI founded Chulalongkorn University, the land on which community live was donated to university. Since then, residents have faced several waves of evictions. However, the situation has become much more severe over the past 2 decades. The university continued to raise rents until many long-term residents and small shops owners could no longer afford to stay. As a result, many of them were forced to move out, while shopping malls, condominiums, and other commercial buildings were constructed in their place. At the heart of community, at the heart of community, it is a spiritual anchor, which is a shrine dedicated to Chinese goddess Maju. The shrine dates back to before university was founded, and there is a family that has cared it for many generations. The university planned to redevelop the area around the shrine into a shopping malls and a condominium like this. However, the child's caretaker refused to allow the university to destroy it because she saw it as having both spiritual and cultural values. Her family faced intense pressure from the university to leave, including legal actions and other forms of intimidation. Despite this, she stood on her ground. Uh, we we as a student decided to help the caretaker resist what we saw as university unjust action. We knew that it would be very difficult to win to the legal case, so we also aim for political victory. But by this, we mean to raise awareness. We mean to raise we, But by this, we mean to raise public awareness and create enough social pressure to push the university to reconsider its plans. However, gaining visibility was very, very difficult for us. Over 4 years of campaigning, we tried many different approaches. We created online hashtag, and we created short videos, wrote articles, gave interviews to the media, organized local tour, invited intellectuals and celebrities to visit our shrine, and even held a protest. Each efforts attracted attention for a very short time, but the public interest quickly faded. We began to realize that there was a real possibility that we might lose. So we placed our hope in making a documentary. On one level, the film became other tools for our campaign, and on another level, it allowed us to preserve the story in case that we lost and the child was eventually destroyed. With the help of several film students, we began to learn how to make documentary, and now we would like to show you like the trailer of documentary.
ผมหวังว่าประมาณ10 คนนะนิสิตนะจริงๆกางแขนกันใช่ไหมปกป้องไม่ให้จุฬาเอาเจ้าแม่ไป
เขาให้
เรียกหัวหน้ามาคุยดีกว่า
อันนี้คือหัวหน้าสั่งมาว่าต้องให้เก็บอันนี้ใช่ไหมครับหรือว่า
ใช่ครับใช่
เก็บเลยครับ
เก็บพี่แล้วผมรบกวนเก็บก่อนก็ได้ครับพี่
เก็บ
รบกวนเก็บก่อน
จุฬาเขาไม่ให้ต่อสัญญา ก็คือเขาจะไล่เพื่อที่จะต้องการพื้นที่คืน ขอพื้นที่คืนโดยที่ว่าไม่ให้ต่อสัญญาเราก็รู้แล้วว่าเขาไล่
อันนี้คือกำลังเตรียมอะไรกันอยู่อะครับ
เตรียมขึ้นศาลเจ้าใหม่
แล้วมาคุยบอกว่าเดี๋ยวจะสร้างให้เหมือนเดิมทุกอย่างทุกประการ แบบนี้อย่างนี้ แต่ก็ออกมาแล้วมันก็ไม่ดีเลย
มหาลัยมันไม่คุยอะไร มันพูดหน้าฉากมันก็พูดว่ามันดีแล้วดูแลศาลเจ้าแม่ PR ต่างๆนานาแต่ว่าจริงๆคือไม่เคยไปคุยอะไรกับพี่นกเลย ไม่เคยไปคุยอะไรกับศาลเจ้าแม่ที่มีกรรมการเป็นเด็กรุ่นใหม่เลย อยากทำอะไรก็ทำตามใจชอบ
แกก็กางเต็นท์ไว้เรียบร้อยแล้วเว้ย
จุฬาเขามองชุมชนไม่ได้เห็นชีวิตอยู่ในนั้นเขาเห็นเป็นพื้นที่ที่เขาจะคิดต่อว่าจะทำประโยชน์อะไรได้
ใช้พระไทยมันไม่ใช่อะ
ชีวิตเล็กๆน้อยๆที่เขาเติบโตมาตรงนั้นคุณไม่เห็นคุณเห็นแค่พื้นที่อย่างเดียว
เราต้อง alert ตลอดเวลา มันจะมาพังบ้านเราหรือเปล่าเราก็ไม่รู้ใช่ไหมเพราะว่านี่มันที่ดินของจุฬาถ้าเราพลาดถ้าเราทำเป็นโอ้ครั้งนี้เขาไม่ย้ายเราหรอกนอนเฉยๆเถอะเดี๋ยวพรุ่งนี้มันก็มาดึงไปเลย
มันย้ายไม่ได้ มันไปอยู่ได้ที่ไหนล่ะศาลเจ้ามีเท่าหยิบหมด มีศาลเจ้ามีครึ่งหนึ่งนี้ยังไม่ถึงเลยมั้ง
ตลกไหมคนที่มาเรียกร้องให้กับศาลเจ้ากลับกลายเป็นนิสิตเป็นเด็กรุ่นใหม่ขณะที่พวกผู้ใหญ่เลือกที่จะรื้อถอนมันไป
ผมเป็นใครผมเป็นนิสิตปริญญาตรีคนเล็กๆอย่างผมเนี่ยผมจะสู้กับนายทุน10,000 ล้านได้ยังไง
So that's the trailer of my documentary, and if anyone want the full version, you can send email to me, and I will like send you back the link. Our documentary was like screening at an independent cinema, and it was later released on Netflix in Thailand. After the film came out, the child received much more public attention. Since we released documentary in 2023, hundreds of people have visited the shrine each day. Some come to pray to the goddess, while others come to meet the caretaker and show their support. Soon after, university began to change its position. There is now a strong possibility that the shrine will be preserved. For me, one key reason from this experience is that art and film can bring something essential to social movement, which is the emotion. To make people care about an issue, we do not always need to give them every piece of information. Sometimes we simply need to help them feel the injustice that is taking place. Of course, information can also create this kind of understanding, but arts can often communicate in more powerful way. This is why our documentary was designed to be emotional rather than purely informative. However, even though university now seems to preserve the shrine, there is still no legal guarantee on that. And the university also continue to plan to remove the current caretaker and operate the shrine by itself. So there is still much more to work. There is still much more work to be done. This is why we began to expand our project beyond just the documentary. So this is our current project right now. So we also run publishing press called Samyan Press, an independent publishing house founded in 2017. Our publications explore democracy, urban heritage, Buddhism, ecology, animal rights, urban life, and like social justice, very wide range. We are also open to cooperating on artist books, translations, bilingual publications, exhibition catalogs, and experimental publishing projects connecting to Southeast Asia and Asian diaspora communities. We are currently producing 2 new documentaries. The first one is called The Revenge of the Goddess, as a sequence of the Last Bed of Samyan. This film will focus more closely on how young people fought back against the redevelopment project. For example, students supported construction workers who had not been paid by the company, like the construction around the shrine. They also took legal action against Unity because the construction failed to comply with the legally required setback from the public road. So we try to fight back legally as well. And the second documentary follow Nativist Chotipat Paisan, my co-producer. He is the first Thai conscientious objector that publicly refused the military conscription on the ground of conscience. So for both projects, we are currently seeking, we are doing right now, and we are also currently seeking co-producer, grant supports, festival partners, and international distributor as well. We are working on our community, so we also organize Samyan Film and Idea Festival every year. The film festival brings together films, exhibitions, public conversation, and workshop exploring democracy, cities, heritage, and social justice. It is decided as a space where artists, activists, scholars, and local community can exchange the idea and learn from each other. We welcome collaboration with filmmakers, curators, and other festivals, and also educational institutions. This is our first year, and we did the operation was on the June, so just a month. And this is our last project. We have just launched the Samyan Asian Resident Fellowship. It is a flexible community-based residence for artists, architect, writer, researcher, filmmaker, activists, and journalists. Participants can live and work in Samyan area while engaging directly with local residents and issues affected the community. We provide accommodation and help participants to connect to communities. So we have that's all my project for today. Thank you so much.
Okay, now we're going to go into our 2-minute pitches. So please note your order. We're going to start with Kareem, then Taraz, Audrey, Anvita, William, Cam, Thabari, Joyce, Robert, and Ife, and then Matt. Okay, you ready? Okay, and I've got the timer here, so stick to your 2 minutes because the timer will go off when you're done. All right, and if you need this for yours.
I don't
You're good. You don't have
yes,
to slide.
yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna just do that.
I'm Kareem Alston Rosales, founder of Film for Good Fund. I'm here because I fund underrepresented narrative filmmakers. And let me say the obvious thing out loud. The money isn't the problem. The money exists. It's just not pointed at you. Here's the gap we're working to fill at scale, changing hearts and minds with entertainment. There's a specific moment where independent narrative films and TV shows die. The film is shot, it's cut, It's 90% done, and there's no money left for sound, color, festival fees, deliverables, and distribution. Foundations fund documentaries, studios fund what's already packaged. There's no real infrastructure that exists to fund narrative work at the finish line. So that's what we do. Last spring, I saw a series at a film festival in Denver. A Korean American creator, 6 episodes, funniest thing I saw all week, and it won an award. I found the creators and I asked what they needed. And they looked at me and they said, we're actors. We made the best show we could make. We don't know what's next. That's the gap. Not talent, not audience, infrastructure. We're making a modest grant to a partner organization to build the show's packaging and pitching strategy. Because sometimes the most useful thing isn't a check, it's building their capacity to open the right doors. That's the model: finishing grants, capacity building support, and recoupable investments that cycle back into the next filmmaker. 5 projects this year, 3 funded, 2 closing, all of it self-funded with modest grants to prove that it works. We're building back the middle class of filmmakers. Not everyone becomes Ryan Coogler and Chloe Zhao immediately. They even started somewhere. Someone took a chance on them when they made Fruitvale Station or Songs My Brothers Taught Me. What filmmakers need at that stage is the ability to keep making work and pay rent. If you're stuck at the finish line and want to learn more, come find me. And if you know someone who wants their name behind a narrative film they wish existed, send them to Film for Good Fun. Thank you.
Oh, that is, okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. Oh, the mic. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm Therese Kayaba. I'm a film director and a producer, and I am here for Dance Body, a short film written by Amy Pan and produced by William Jones. Dance Body, Dance Body is about Zoe, a former ballerina who is caring for her niece, Allegra, while her sister is in surgery. While in her care, Zoe finds out that Allegra wants to quit ballet for the exact same reason she quit years ago. This is a story of someone who tries to save her niece from the cycle of body shame without realizing that she never broke it in herself. This story is rooted in Amy's past as a ballerina, very much similar to my experience as a young gymnast. This is why I am excited to bring this story to life. We are currently live on Seed and Spark. We just went live this week. We are looking for backers, collaborators, and connections to grants and funding to help us get this film to the finish line. Please find me after with my crew, and we would love to talk to you more about this film. Thank you.
Audrey? Okay. Okay. We'll go to the next. No, Audrey. All right, last chance. Sorry. Whoops. Okay. Okay, here you go.
Okay, I'm playing a video, so give me grace as I figure out how it works. Okay, if I just press.
You know, when I was in school, the kids
Okay,
used to
wait,
call me
sorry.
Oreo.
We're going back. Oh no. We're going forward. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Okay. You may know Oreo. Why? Why is it not starting? I'm sorry.
You know, when I was in school,
You may
kids
know
used to call me
Oreo.
Oreo, because I'm biracial.
You may know banana.
Right now, she just thinks you're some like undeserving, clueless, gold digging,
Okay, I got it.
trashy, unrefined banana.
You may even know coconut.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Enter American-born confused Daisy. Synonymous with uncultured, this is a term that has been hurled as an insult in the South Asian community for decades. It's also the name of a new vertical series that I created. The first 11 episodes will go straight to socials this fall. Think the identity crisis of Blackish meets two South Asian sisters navigating a life in New York. Avi is a queer actor who's been hustling in the city for 5 years, but everything changes when the Bollywood classic they grew up watching begins casting an American spinoff. Zara is an SF tech baddie and a true chameleon, but when her white boyfriend proposes, she makes a decision that will change her life. This May, we shot the first 11 episodes of ABCD. Let's talk verticals. In the way that they're being mass-produced, I believe they are one-time guilty binges riddled with stereotypes that leave no room for longevity. ABCD, however, embraces this new medium with quality storytelling, exploring what it means to live in a time where your culture is embraced and appropriated all at once. I see sisters of all backgrounds quoting the show together in matching Mommy's Little Gofta merch. What we have here is a long-term, scalable franchise. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether these sisters are ABCDs or not. What matters is that they have each other. We are currently building out our season-wide team, so please email if you're interested and scan the QR code to follow along. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, next is William, right? William Jones? Sorry. I'm having a little technical difficulty myself. Okay. Do you have slides? Yes. Okay, I'll let you take care of that yourself. Okay.
Oh, that's not it. Is it going backwards?
The bottom is backwards.
Oh.
Big button goes forward.
Oh, big button this one. Sorry, wasting a bunch of time right here. Okay, sorry. So, hello everybody. First, I want to thank Asian American Arts Alliance for allowing me to pitch tonight. My name is William Jones, and I'm the city producer, one of the city producers for 48-Hour Film Project for New York. 48-Hour Film Project is the oldest and largest time filmmaking contest. New York has been part of it since 2002, even virtually during the pandemic. 48-Hour Film Project is a competition where teams are tasked with creating a short film in 48 hours. Last year was the biggest turnout since the pre-pandemic, with over 450 filmmakers and creatives. And we screened at Anthology Film Archives, which is just like a 15-minute walk from here. We had 3 screening nights with over 150 attendees each night. Not bad for this is my first year. 48-Hour Film Project isn't just a film festival; it's an event for filmmakers. Every registered team that completes a film will screen it at a screening event that's actually at a theater. The best film will move on to the global portion of the competition, Filmapalooza, against other city winners, and it's being held in Curacao next year. Now, Therese and I see 48-Hour Film Project more than just a competition. We are working on building partnerships to provide resources for our filmmakers. And we are partners with Gotham Sound, and they're giving rental discounts and prizes for our competitors this year. Last year, 2 of our filmmakers even were hired to work on a project produced by Lighthouse Ladies, who also happen to be joining us again this year as a partner. So if you're a filmmaker or interested in joining a team, check out our website, 48-Hour Film Project. I didn't use this. 48hourfilmproject.com/New York, and follow our Instagram at 48HFPNY. And if you wish to support the event and the filmmakers who participate, you can email us at newyork@48hourfilmproject or film.com. We could work on a sponsorship agreement. We also have physical sponsorship through Gotham Film Media Institute, making donations and sponsorships tax deductible, and that's the QR code. Thank you guys very much.
Okay. sorry, I think we're a little out of order. I meant, so Kim, let's see, I think we have to go back to you. Apologies. All right.
Hello, everyone. My name's Kamrul Khan. I go by Cam. And 8 years ago, I made a documentary. It was about halal street cart vendors. So the guys that you buy food from on the street. And I always spoke to them, and I always found their lives to be fascinating. So I made a documentary about them. And after we finished, we were like, what are we going to do? How do we screen this? So we couldn't find a place to screen it. So we started our own festival. It's called the Bengali Film Festival. And it's now in its 4th year. The first year was in a photography studio in Brooklyn. We had about 80 people. We screened 3 films. This year, we're at the SVA Theater. It's about 479 seats, and we're screening 13 films. So it's doubled every year. And this year, we have all people from the mayor's office, council members, all types of people coming, and super excited about it. And yeah, so we have a pretty large social media following, 51,000 followers. This was at the Angelica last year, and it was a huge success. And I loved seeing New York Bengali Film Festival on the outside. It made me really, really proud. And this was the films we showed last year. These are the films we're showing this year. Really wide range of topics. And you don't have to be Bengali. All the films have subtitles and touches on themes that I think all of us can relate to about acceptance and immigrant stories sometimes, documentaries, super diverse set of films. One of the other byproducts of the film festival is that it's really turned into sort of like a Met Gala type of event where people get really dressed up. There's a red carpet. You can see people really go all out. So it's been super fun seeing it come alive. And August 1st and 2nd is this year. I'd love everyone here to come. I'll be happy to give everyone a discount code. August 1st and 2nd, Bengalis of New York on Instagram and bengalisofnewyork.com. Oh, wow.
Next is, do we have a favorite from the, whoops. Yeah, sorry. Oop. Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, let's just like we're not going to go through them. I just want to let you know about the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment. Thank you. So I'm the deputy director of the film office. The Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment, also known as MOME, M-O-M-E, houses several divisions. So the film office is of one of many. We have the press credentials office. We have NYC Media, which is the city-run public TV station. Tons of great programming that comes out of our office. In addition to what might be most relevant to you all as filmmakers is the film permitting office. At one point or another, you will need a film permit to film on the streets, the public streets of New York City. It also depends on what you're filming with. I like to encourage students and emerging filmmakers to avoid the permit if possible. That's not always the case, so hence a permit is an option, and it's a very affordable option. The permit is, if you really need a permit because you need to exert exclusive use of the sidewalk or public property, that could be the street itself. You need to do maybe you have a car driving up and you have picture cars that you need parking for. Anyway, we are here to provide those permits. It is $500 per 14 consecutive days of filming. So super affordable. But if you're just filming with a camera and a tripod and handheld sound and lighting, you will not need a permit. So please reach out. I'm here to help. We also offer fee waivers if you can prove that $500 per 14 days is too much for you to handle for your budget. I'm here. Go to our website. You will find our contact. You can email me directly, and I will be here to help you. Good luck, everyone. I love the creativity in this room. I'm so excited. New York City is awesome and full of great creative filmmakers. So keep making your films.
Sorry, I'm going to go through all of these. Richard Joyce is up next, so you've got to do a manual prompt. I'm just giving you a clue. There's a lot of slides here. Okay. Ready?
Hi, I'm Joyce Eugene Lee. I'm an associate professor at Pratt Institute and the founder of Firewall Cafe and this film, Invisible Visible. Is there sound? Is there sound? There should be some sound. Well, I'll talk over it. There is sound. So Firewall Cafe is an internet art project. If you go to firewallcafe.com, you can experience it. It's a dual image browser between US Google browser and Baidu, which is the primary browser in China. And this film covers the 10 years that our project has run. And we include, I'm sorry, you can't hear the voiceover because there is music and voiceover, but we interview all the people that I've encountered during my 10 years of running this project about internet censorship, both state censorship in the US or state censorship in China and also corporate censorship in the US. And some of the people that I've encountered in the journey are Megha Rajagopalan, a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist who uncovered the detention camps in Xinjiang, Jason Ng, who wrote a book called Blocked on Weibo, and our project itself has also experienced transnational repression from state authorities. So in the 10 years that we've been running the project, really we've existed as a digital art or interactive web project. But now that we have this film, I would love to be able to partner both pieces together and exhibit the pop-up while also showing the film. And so these are just a couple of snapshots we've shown in galleries in Hong Kong that have since been shut down by the government. And so we're interested in pursuing film festivals, educational events, art exhibitions, and public workshops. I'm a visual artist and a professor, so the film world is really new to me. Apparently the sound won't even play properly, but I've had an incredible time showing the project. And so if you want to partner with us, please let me know. Here's my contact information. And I'm really sad Netawit is not here today because I actually met him through the Human Rights Foundation exhibiting Firewall in Oslo. So it's a very small community of activists. Thank you.
Okay, next, ADUC.
Okay. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to be here. Thank you, A4. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, A4 team. I'm Robert Wynn, a documentary filmmaker, and Faye and I are here to talk about the Asian American Documentary Network. ADOC was sparked by a conversation about the isolation and precarity in too much of our work and what we could do about it. Fast forward 10 years, we're now a 2,000 member strong organization that's building community, sustainability, and power in the field. ADOC's become a platform for sharing ideas and resources, providing mutual support and membership, and advocating for equity and diversity in the documentary ecosystem. I encourage you to join if you haven't and to find more information on our website. Faye is going to tell you about some of our initiatives.
What an intro. Thank you, Robert. Well, what I love most about this community, first and foremost, is that we're really at the forefront of thinking about what impact means in storytelling. So thinking about films beyond just touring the festival circuit, the awards campaign, what does it mean to tell a story in your community or for communities outside of where you immediately live that actually makes short-term, intermediate-term, and long-term impact? And so I started a project that was documenting the Environmental Justice Coalition in Southeast Queens. ADOC provided the funding, resources, and mentorship for me to help get this project off the ground. And 3 years later, I now have a short documentary project. And so this is a call out for ADOC activists that combines these two strands of impact and storytelling. So I encourage you to check us out and talk to Robert and I afterwards to learn more about it. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry about that. I'll take that. Okay, thanks. Sorry. Matt, are you here? Okay, you ready? You can just. Yeah, that's okay. Well, okay.
All right. So I just hold it.
You hold it, and then we'll
Okay, I got it. No worries. Hey everybody, my name is Matt Liu, and I'm a Chinese photographer and a teaching artist. I moved to this country in 2019, and now I'm working for Josephine Henrich Project as a teaching artist at different international high schools. So I face hundreds of teenager immigrants. And then I make a, oh, it's not about this. Okay. So I make a project about their, like the immigration community, the documentary photography project, and I made a exhibition at Queens Public Library last year, and thanks for A4 for the opportunity. And then my focus has shifted from the immigration community to the group that really close to me. It's about like the new generation of Chinese immigrations. So last time when I did the presentation here, I only got 2 participants. But now I think I'll have like almost 10 participants. And all of them are Chinese born and moved to this country at different ages. And so I documented their living situation, their relationships to their close friends, and their living situation. And I want to show the diversity of this community. We are not just random Chinese people, we are different. We have our own attitude. So yeah, so now I'm looking for more participants. And if you are a curator, you are a gallery runner, if you work in the publishment area, so please come to me. Let's see, where should I go, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's give a big hand to all of our presenters. That was great. Okay, it's quite the range. All right, so next we're going to have our second featured presenter, Stacey Young, who is the executive director of the Pacific Island Film Festival of New York City.
Thank you. Okay, awesome. Aloha, kia ora, hafa de talofa. I would like to first off just recognize that we are on the unceded land of the Lenape people and appreciate everybody here. I am way out of my depth. All of the creative and activists and people who are out there making a huge difference, just like Lisa and A4. Thank you, Grace, Danielle, and Sydney for putting this together and having us here in the International Center of Photography. Let's rock and roll. So the Pacific Island Film Festival, we are a film festival that's really here. We're dedicated to tell a more richer story of the Pacific Island people. We often find that the stories that people here, especially anywhere outside of the Pacific Islands and outside of our immediate land, are told not within our lens. And so what we're here to do is to help do that. So we really get kind of one end where you hear the stories of people who have collected Pacific Island artifacts throughout the time and then tell you their interpretations of it, or animated with Moana and Lilo and Stitch. We love it. but we would love for there to been a Pacific Island person. What do we mean when we Pacific Islanders? I like to just kind of level set with this because I think we all know that Asian American Pacific Island in an American lens is a political term. And when you come to the Pacific Islands, we're bringing Polynesian, Micronesian, Melanesian filmmakers to you. We've been around for just a few years, and what we really do is we lean on community, films, insight, and to celebrate what we have. When you come and walk through our doors, we really hope that we're going to be enveloped by, ohana. And we really do want it to feel like you're there, but more importantly, that we get to do the things that everybody here has been speaking about, which is just share our culture and to share our experiences, but also to uplift one another, not just within the Pacific Island diaspora, but within all of the diasporas that we have. So it is a big session for us to come together, to see what everybody else is doing. And then I always say exploit all of our different resources, and to just give you a little example of what we do. We like to celebrate Pacific Island excellence in fine arts to film. This is Dan Talapapa McMullen. He's one of the fourth most Samoan artists, contemporary artists that we have living right here in New Jersey. He is actually what I like to call our carrier and caretaker of our LGBTQ stories. So it really is kind of the only concentrated effort that you will see with those stories. In our second year, we had a new branding where we kind of stepped into a more present state, where we highlighted a musician, Paula Funga, and she had a beautiful story that it retells the mo'olelo of Hawaiian runners that we call kukinis, and these are people who would take stories and run from place to place on the island to go ahead and communicate with one another. And she had used her own power and her own resources to make that story come alive. And it is a lot of what led into Chief of War. And in additional impacts that we have within fine arts and music, what we've found is when we're telling our stories here, there are generations of Pacific Islanders who have come to live here on the continent. And one thing that they don't get to do is they don't get to see their stories or see their stories exposed in any way. I'd like to say a way of X, Y, or Z, but in any way. And so we've been really fortunate to have creatives like we have here today be able to tell those stories in the authentic lens from it's confusing me, the camera, in the authentic lens and be able to have those impacts. So we really do get people to come in and say, this is the first time I've heard my language spoken. This is the first time I've been able to relate a story to a name that my grandparents have used. I like to tell the story that when I was learning the language of Olelo Hawaii, the only person I could speak to was my great-grandmother, who actually passed away earlier this year at 108. So we're trying to ramp that all up within our own ohana and want to extend that out. And so what we did within 2025 in our third year is we expanded to those places that really maybe we're not necessarily welcome to be in. So we had a summer residency at Governor's Island. We showed at the Metropolitan Museum. We continue to have a relationship with them where we do workshops and screenings and talks. The Queen's Botanical Garden invites us in to screen and also do other workshops with them. And then we have our own media our own media to solve that distribution arm in Hawaii News Now, and had started a 1-hour special, but also importantly, Oceana Rising, which is a 5-part 30-minute special where we profiled our filmmakers and profiled what they are and what they're working on, so that we can take that and walk to other cities and say, here's something really intriguing that you can have, and hopefully that'll continue to proliferate the stories and what we're doing. Ooh, yeah, more stuff. Lots of words, lots of hurdles. 2026. So this year, what we're really happy to do, and what I wanted to kind of exemplify is what we're doing. You have a crazy person like me who's not a creative, but I'm a business person, and I like to really look at things from a technical and business lens. And so what we're continuing to do is to expand on, and I'm so sorry, I took a picture, but the first gentleman's 2-minute speech where he was really bridging kind of after you've made the film and what you're doing with distribution and things like that, those things that we don't think of. This is what we're trying to do, is create a pipeline for our filmmakers, and not just our filmmakers, but you guys too. And so we do that through the museums that we had with the Met the year before, but this year we've branched out to the Brooklyn Museum, and also AMC Plus and Sundance Now. We've got a channel on there where they're allowing us to play our short films and allowing us to show whatever we want. So we're gonna do it. Come check us out there. We have 3 films on there right now. We're gonna launch our first channel and 5 more films this August 5th. Also, we have a connection with Pacifica TV, which is the PBS of the Pacific Islands, and they're offering us a channel too, not just for what we have from the Pacific Islands in the diaspora, but for anybody out here. So if anybody wants that worldwide distribution on a platform, come talk to me. This is what we do. These are our days. I feel like this is not that interesting because you guys had so much more interesting things to talk about. But we are September... Wrong date, Stacey. September, yeah, there we go. 17th through the 20th. We open at at Playwrights Horizon, where we partner with Pacifica TV and we profile their new filmmaker fund, Pacifica On Air, and that's opening up funding for creation to all Pacific Islanders wherever they stand. We have a feature presentation at the Smithsonian where we're finally gotten to their regular programming and not just their community programming, where we're showing an indigenous-made first Gothic horror film, Marama. No. Oh my God, I love that. This is fabulous. No, I want Derek's. Okay, and then we go to the Village East. I saw the Village East out here, and they're amazing, phenomenal people, and they've welcomed us in ever since year 1. We've been absolutely fortunate to have CACF also as one of our pillar sponsors, and there we show over 30 films, shorts and features for a full day. We've been able to get the Met and also political entities that face the UN, so the Permanent Mission of Australia and all of the other Pacific Islands to help back us as well. And we're going to be screening at the Met on Sunday, and then followed up by AMC Global Media's at the Ascent Lounge. And really what the closing awards ceremony is, it is a tight award ceremony where we connect distribution with filmmakers. We've had 2 films be picked up for TV series, so we hope to do that more. We hope to do that for everybody in the room. Get in touch with us. Let me know. Thank you so much.
I'll take this one too. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. Okay, thank you. Thanks so much, Stacey. All right, we are ready for our next group of pitchers. So we're going to start with Derek. Everybody else, you know your order, so get ready. And I'm going to turn it over to you.
Really quickly, which one's?
That's forward.
Awesome. Cool.
And that's for you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Derek Liu. Oh, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Derek Liu. As you saw earlier, I am a go-go boy, but I'm also a filmmaker, and I also wanted to highlight that I am a go-go boy at a queer Asian nightlife event known as Narak. We're part of a huge gay Asian community here in New York, so if you're ever interested in connecting with us outside of even nightlife, we're thinking about doing a film club, let me know. I got my film training from UCLA Asian American Studies doing documentaries. More recently, I did a documentary called Who the Fuck Are the Rice Rockettes? Who the fuck they are a drag family from San Francisco. They've been around for 15 years. Look it up. But it also is going to be selected for it was selected for Philly Asian American Film Festival, so woo. The next documentary I'm thinking about working on is one about my grandma roommate. She's a 93-year-old Fujianese immigrant. She doesn't speak Mandarin or Cantonese, and I grew up speaking both, and we just kind of grunt at each other, and that's how we just kind of get through life. And I lived with her for about a year or more, and I really want to just like highlight the little community here in Little Fuzhou and how important that is. And so I'm actually working with folks from Fuzhou America, but I wanted to highlight another documentary that I do want to get started on, and it's related to a store that I grew up in back in LA's Chinatown. That's my mom right there looking at our store. My mom basically lost our store of 18 years, and it was kind of like a tough time because it was due to a bunch of like things like ice raids and burglaries and whatnot. But I raised over $120,000 on GoFundMe through just my storytelling alone, and I'm just kind of out here just doing it all, with a camera. So if you're interested in, being part of any of my communities, whether it's Narok, Third World Newsreel, UCLA Asian American Studies, or even UM Market, or even want to meet my grandma, let me know.
Hey everyone, I'm Aditya. I'm here to talk about my short film that I want to make this year called A Right to Remember. So the movie's about an up-and-coming politician, Vikram Malhotra. He gets into a cab driven by someone that he has a very dark past with. And as the two men get to talking, they're both forced to confront the sins of their past. Eventually tensions rise, the exchange results in an accident, and they're both forced to confront their ideologies and their character. So I'm just going to skip through some of these. So why am I making this film? I think that we live in an age that's very divided, and that leads to a lot of extremism. And the point of the film that I'm trying to make is to kind of shine the light back on the audience and, kind of make us all ask, what is the threshold that we should hold the politicians that we have, the people in power? What should we hold them to? Should we forgive them for their past mistakes? Maybe it depends on how grave those mistakes were. Have they tried to grow out of it? These are all questions that I'm trying to raise through this film. So I think I kind of went through a few things, but I'm kind of picturing this as like a noir contained thriller, takes place in modern age, entirely within the car. So it's mainly about their conversation and all the tensions that rise, the accident, how they deal with all those things. Why am I here? We're filming this later this year. I'm still looking for most of the crew, so if you're interested in the project, feel free to find me after the pitches. I'll give you my business card, and we're also looking for funding as well. So if this story is something that resonates with you, definitely find me and let's chat. Thanks, everyone.
Hey. Oh, cool. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Trina. I am a Bengali comedy writer and producer, performing and writing most often for queer nightlife and drag, as well as television. I'm here to talk about an original TV pilot I'm working on. This is a scripted series that I'm writing for the first. I'm directing it, and it'll be my directorial debut. So my first time kind of filmmaking after writing and producing for other people. Read it at your leisure, of course. But Disrespectful is a show about 3 childhood friends turned con artists who land themselves in increasingly chaotic and compromising hijinks, helping clients avoid becoming the latest source of gossip and scandal in the Bengali community of the tri-state area. Featuring kind of an unlikely trio, each with their own secret lives and set in the New Jersey, New York Bengali community. The show is for anyone who ever has felt the universal pressure to perform perfection but chosen to persist anyway. Disrespectful is inspired by the likes of these shows, which I'll let you read that. And it is a show that features queer and trans Bengali American characters, nuanced Anchi portrayals, and a dash of magical realism. If you are, let's skip that. Okay. We have an amazing cast and crew, including myself, And we are opening up the floor for open crew and cast roles as well. So if you're interested in joining the project, you can find me after this. And we are also fundraising, which I feel like a lot of people are. So here we are. This is how we'll be using the budget. That's the QR code for the GoFundMe. You can find me later for that. And yeah, thanks for chatting and having me. That's it.
Okay. I think it was the trailer. Okay. But okay. All right. Hi everyone. I'm Connor Sun Warnick. I'm a director, and this is less of a pitch, more of a plug. I completed my first feature film very largely with the help of A4, who I was very fortunate to receive the 2022 Van Leer Fellowship in Visual Art from. So this will be the trailer. I'll speak over it if you can, focus on both at once. The film is set in 1971, and it was very much produced.
Sometimes I feel like someone's keeping track.
Well, I'll continue after.
Oh God. Sitting in a room surrounded by file cabinets. Knowing the exact number of times anything has ever happened. And knowing the exact number of times until something will end.
So the film was made with the assistance of research done and interviews done with elders in the Chinatown community who were active and working through the 70s.
Think about what you want to do.
It also transposes much of my own personal experiences growing up in New York as a Chinese American person, as well as many of those in my community and people who I grew up with. The film is playing, this is the main plug, but the film is screening Saturday and Sunday this weekend. We recently signed a distribution deal with Lunette Films. This is the start of our first theatrical run at the Roxy Cinema. It opened on Monday to a sold-out crowd, and we got a good response, as well as a review in IndieWire. And the first screening is Saturday at 4:30. I'll also be there to do a Q&A, moderated by Steve McFarlane, MoMA film programmer, and then Sunday, the screening's at 3 o'clock, and there'll be a Q&A with Herb Tam, the chief curator at the Museum of Chinese in America, that I'll be participating as well. So I hope you can all make it, and for all the filmmakers there pitching your project tonight, I hope that at the end of your process, you will also be showing your film in festivals and theaters, as I have with the support of A4. So thank you.
Okay, Jason? Is Jason here? Okay, and Tomo is next, so get ready.
And I have my hands full. Hey everybody, my name is Jason Simba. I am the founder and executive director of Festival of Cinema NYC. We are a 10-day international film festival in Forest Hills that showcases the work of emerging independent filmmakers. This year, we are celebrating our 10th year, if you haven't guessed. And the festival runs from August 7th to the 16th at the Regal UA Midway in Forest Hills. We'll be showing short films, feature films, episodics, animation, experimental of all genres and topics. We also have workshops and seminars. I'm trying to talk really fast to catch that. We also have seminars and workshops that are free through a partnership with the Queens Library of Forest Hills, which is right across the street. This year, every year we try to focus on a certain region around the world because it is an international film festival. This year we actually have a block of amazing films from Japan. So you guys come out, that's your thing. But we also have films from all over the world, even films from LGBT themed. And let's see, you can visit our website at www.festivalofcinemanyc.com or visit us on social media. Find us on social media at Fest of Cinema NYC. Yes, at Fest of Cinema NYC. And if I still have 48 seconds, let me see if I can get through some of these things here. And then this is the theater. That's our lobby. Dun, dun, dun. How much time do I got there? All right. These are some of our seminars. presentations, more presentations, and then this is a really quick video. Oh, I think I have enough time there. I know I get overwhelmed too sometimes.
The future of Hollywood is starting right here in Queens tonight.
All the filmmakers I've met here have just been amazing. I've seen some really great films.
Packed theater with enthusiastic fans.
This festival is awesome. All right, and I'll leave it at that. Guys, please come out. I have flyers and posters, and they have maps of Forest Hills as well, so you don't get lost. But thank you for having me, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the presentations.
Thank you. Tomo?
Good evening. I'm Tomo Sone, a choreographer, filmmaker, collaborating with emerging tech. My practice merges ecosystem concepts with AR, AI, and robotics to design performance spaces centered on deep audience engagement. Please look my video.
My work explores the fragile border where the human body meets digital light. As a choreographer and an OBGYN, I view the body through two lenses: the clinical reality of flesh and the sacred poetry of movement. My physical language is born from this tension, weaving the clean geometries of ballet, the emotional hunger of contemporary dance, and the haunting stillness of traditional Japanese no theater. By merging dance with robotics, interactive augmented reality, and AI video transformations, technology becomes an extension of our emotion and nervous system. It is a collaborator that amplifies our presence. Now, I am dreaming of a performance that breathes with the audience, a living digital ecosystem. By tracking biometric data, our live motion capture and performance environment shift in real time. This is a study of human connection. I am looking for my founding creative family to build this canvas from the floor up. Let's make data feel.
So my next project treats the audience as a living mushroom network to map real-time human empathy. I'm seeking creative collaborators, technologists, producers, health tech connectors, and sponsorship. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Stefano?
Hi everyone. I don't have any slides, but my name is Stefanos. I'm making a film this fall. It's called Sun Shower. I actually pitched it here 2 years ago, and I made some really great progress based on the people I met. So I think this is an amazing room. But the film is based on something that happened to me with my grandmother. She had dementia, Alzheimer's to be specific. And she started to somehow believe she was this young woman again, very strangely. And even stranger, she somehow believed that I was her first love, her first boyfriend from her youth. And I wanted to obviously correct her and kind of pull her back to reality, but she was very stubborn. And so I kind of just had to enter her delusion, I guess you could call it. The film is based on that. I won't reveal the whole story, but now looking back on that, I think, I don't think she literally thought I was someone else, this man. I think it was more of a way that she was expressing a need, I think, for connection or trust or intimacy. And I thought, that's actually really beautiful that this bizarre experience brought me closer to her and showed me sides of her that I had never seen before. So that's really what I'm trying to get across with the film. I think when people reach a certain age, we just assume that they're like vacant or they're an empty shell. But I actually think people sometimes become more themselves the more that they forget and the more that they lose. And I think memory loss and aging can often be a process of stripping the unessential things. So that's the film I'm doing. We have some cast attached I'm happy to tell you about. We have a team. My producer, Nadi, who I met here 2 years ago, is here. And we're shooting it this October here in New York. So we're looking for collaborators and just friends and people who believe in the same sort of message. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Kayla? Hi.
Hi, I'm one of the programmers for the Asian American International Film Festival, and I'll just jump right into it. So our opening night is next week, July 30th at Asia Society. Our opening film is Levitating, a Indonesian film by director Regas Bunateja, who premiered at Sundance this year. It's about a shaman trainee who hosts trance parties and tries his best to protect his home from land developers. So expect a play on your senses and music that you have to hear in a theater, and also themes that will resonate with New Yorkers. And then our other examples of our programming is a 4K restoration by Patrick Tam, Le Massacre. There's a shorts block that captures artistic practices on film. Then there's also a retrospective focused on one of our founders who passed away last year, Christine Choi. She's known for making political documentaries like Who Killed Vincent Chin, but we are screening programs that are unique to her catalog and also hosting a talk back with her close colleagues and family. And then for the rest of the program, check out our trailer.
What was it like? The old days. You ask too much a question.
How can we convince those that our country should admit failure and pay reparations?
You gotta keep fighting.
Let me guess. You want to tell stories that make a difference.
Kind of.
It wasn't just the years we were in the camps. We may have left our prison, but we were never really free.
My generation, we have a lot to contribute, and we want a seat at the table.
Whatever makes you a minority, embrace that and push forward. And in time, the world will see.
Thank you. Is Angel here? Angel Yao? Yeah, okay.
You would always write down what to say before raising your hand, but by the time you finish the period, the teacher is asking another question. You're always afraid to ask to go to the bathroom because you have to raise your hand and ask the teacher, and then you have to pick a partner. And what would you talk about during the walk to the bathroom? Polly Pocket? Balloon animals? Your cactus Spiky?
Hi, I'm Angel. That was a clip of one of my stop motions about my childhood, a lot of memories. So have you ever had just like a flash of memory when you look at something? Like when I look at this plant, I just remember Rachel S. making fun of I got like a perm and she just made fun of it. Anyone else? Rachel S. also made fun of your perm. So this is, so when I was a kid, I was very quiet and shy, and I spent a lot of time just talking to myself and observing everything. And as an adult, I realized these memories just like stayed with me, and I wasn't sure why. So I recreated a lot of these memories with my handmade stop motion animation. and I'm building a series of every memory I've ever had in my life. No, just kidding. But it's about mostly my childhood, my immigrant family, just like little quiet moments that shaped us. So what I'm developing is something kind of beyond short films that I put on YouTube or in my head a lot, something a little bit bigger and more helpful for me, I guess. So I'm just going to end on a clip with a new animation I just worked on. Only a handful of people saw it, so you guys are very lucky to see it as a very short clip. They tried everything they could to brighten my mood. I was not having it. After they left, my mom yelled at me for being mean to the clowns. She was right. Why didn't I cheer up those clowns? And that was a story about my hospital memories. You could talk to me about that after. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Let's give another round of applause for all of our pitchers. That was great. That was great. Okay, so if anybody had wanted to sign up for a 2-minute pitch, didn't get a chance, now is your chance, although you only have 30 seconds. So I'm encouraging anybody who wants to do a 30-second pitch, grab a marker on the shelf to the right there, sign up, put your name and your handle, or however we can follow up with you if people are interested in staying connected. And then once you've done that, line up here against the wall. And we're going to go in order. Hopefully we can get everybody who wants to pitch to be able to pitch. We're running a little bit behind. So we're going to start. So who's first? So you're going to come up here and say your name. Are you ready to go? Okay, are you first? Did you put your name up there? You're a second? Okay, who put their name up first? Okay, up here. Okay, you got 30 seconds.
Hi everyone, my name is Agnes. I'm a Chinese-English bilingual writer and reporter. For a story I'm working on, I'm looking to talk to subway musicians as well as people with roots in the Chinatown and the Lower East Side area. So please talk to me afterwards. Thank you.
Rapid fire. All right, hi everyone. My name is Jalen Vasquez. I'm the director of Freelancers Hub. We're a free co-working space located in Sunset Park, currently funded by MOM, thank you MOM, and operated by Freelancers Union. If you don't know about Freelancers Union, we're a nationwide organization that provides resources, insurance, advocacy, and education for freelancers of all sorts. But feel free to come to our co-working space in Sunset Park. We're open Monday, Friday, 9 to 5. We have a lot of free workshops, networking events, community events, quarterly art shows, and so much more. I have a bunch of postcards with me that you can grab from me that goes to our co-working space. But you can also look us up more at freelancersunion.org. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jamie Sun Woo, and I'm writing and directing a sci-fi thriller horror called Spoonfed. My proof of concept short is in post-production, and I'm interested in talking to people who made their first features, and I also want to help out on other people's sets. So if you need a PA or someone to shadow a set, please let me know. I make art films and docs too. I'm kind of like all over the place with film, so I would love to get to know you all. And if you want to know how I made the short, I also make like props and animate and things like that. So I also collaborate in that way. But I have an analog pitch deck, so you can check out how I made some of my puppets in it. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Erin. I am currently directing a stop-motion animated short film. It's called Feed, and our story is about a bootlicking park ranger hunting down an eccentric elderly woman for illegally feeding starving mutated creatures in a park that's built over a nuclear waste dump. So we'll be shooting our first scene next month, and we're looking for donors to support us in the remainder of our production, and would also love to connect with anyone else working in stop-motion and animation. Thanks, guys.
Hello everyone, I'm Crystal. I was a filmmaker in Columbia Film MFA, and I was a theater manager in Beijing for Beijing Academy Center of Drama. So we are now, me and my team, our director now also here, we are now doing an immersive theater mixing with film and the other mixing with theater. We are looking for venues, locations, and artists looking forward to collaboration together. And I put my website there, is crystalyunxiawo.com. And I also can help and collaborate together with the film set together. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Melo Chen. I'm a publisher. I run an indie Asian publishing house in Brooklyn with 2 other friends. So if you are an artist, photographer, or writer, I would love to hear about your projects. We can be hired to turn your project into artist books or small round zines if you're interested. I'm also a photographer for hire, so if you're interested, please talk to me afterwards. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Francis Chen. I'm the membership director of the Asian American Bar Association of New York. We represent the AAPI attorneys in the New York State. We have a number of free programs. We have a free legal clinic around the corner at Norfolk at the Asian American Asians for Equality every second Wednesday of the month. We also have a HEART program, which helps people who are victims of anti-Asian violence get through the justice system. We actually made a documentary on our work during the pandemic with that HEART program. And finally, we're hiring for a program associate for half-time. So let me know if you're interested in any of those things.
Hi, I'm Georges Bridges, and I have a 7-minute rom-com film. I'm a filmmaker. I'm looking to get into any festivals, so if anyone can help, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm also an actor. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Janet Hyojo, writer and producer of We Meet Again.
And I'm the director and producer.
We Meet Again is a proof of concept short film about a Korean American teenage girl possessed by an ancient Joseon era queen.
It's a fantasy drama that touches on generational trauma and third kid culture.
Our script has been recognized across 4 competitions. We are currently in post-production. This project is brought to life by predominantly Asian American female cast and crew.
And we're looking to connect. We need a composer, and we'd love to connect with everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aloha. So I'm a jazz opera puppeteer, and I'm working on a musical. It's a murder mystery, and it's starring Anna May Wong. So I'm looking for people who want to get involved. I'm hoping to do like an immersive, like a dinner theater, and where the actors would be scripted and also improvising. And I got my other friends in my bag that I can show you too. Okay, thank you very much. Aloha.
Hi everybody, I'm Ritu Chandra. I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I've been producing films for about 20 years, and I'm moving now to directing my own film. How many of you have heard of Dileep Singh Sand? Those are the 2 people I know, which is really surprising. So Dileep Singh Sand was our first Asian American congressman in history. And I'm making a film about how he ran for Congress in 1956 in Southern California against a World War II aviator woman. It's animated and archival, and I am right now collating all 4 years of research, but soon to build my team. And I'm looking for an editor and also any introductions to foundations who can support the project and a corresponding website. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Nox Yang. I am a documentary filmmaker based in Los Angeles. I'm making a feature-length documentary about the mass shooting that happened 3 years ago in Monterey Park, California, the Asian Ballroom on Lunar New Year's Eve. I'm not trying to make a regular, just another mass shooting film. I'm making a film that talk about the disconnects that this incident has exposed between the mainstream American society and the local Asian community. Using this incident as an entry point to talk about the evolution of the community and the lack of cultural sensitivity from media, the media approach, representation of the coverage of the community, and how government officials that's supposed to serve the local community with the same thing, lack of cultural understanding, caused extended torture for the community members and the survivors. So we're in the editing stage, post-production stage. Welcome any filmmakers, collaborators that want to see a test screening, give us feedback, and we will be raising more money later on for color correction and all that, legal fees and all that. If you know any funding sources, that'll be great. Connect with me, I'll be here. Thank you.
All right, hi everybody, my name is Helen He. I am one of the staff writers for Asian Cinevision, which is also hosting the Asian American International Film Festival later this year, as Kayla mentioned earlier. If anybody is interested in joining the writer staff crew, we are looking for volunteers, so definitely feel free to reach out to me afterwards. Otherwise, we're definitely wanting to connect with anyone who has like features or shorts that will either hopefully be presenting as part of like local festivals here. So, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Letitia. I design clothes and I'd love to meet you if you're into textile art or in fashion design, and would love to collaborate if you need help with costume design for your films. Thank you.
All right. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's amazing. All right, we made it. We made it through. So thank you all for attending. We do have a survey that we're going to ask you to fill out, but probably not now because I need you all to get up very quickly and go downstairs and start networking and potlucking. And we are going to go to the Emma Peel room. We're going to leave here at 8:30, and we're going to go down the block, and we're going to have dumplings, and we're going to socialize more. So thank you all. Come back if you had fun at this. Come back in September the 22nd. Our next town hall is on performing arts, and we'll send you that. So make sure you're on our mailing list, and stay connected. And let's go network. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, ICP. Thank you all.